The Ghost Ship, The Mystery of Mary Celeste, a true and haunting story of the sea. The year was 1872. The Atlantic Ocean was calm, its waves quietly touching the horizon. A ship drifted across those waters, the Mary Celeste. At first glance, it looked perfectly fine, its sails half torn but still standing tall. But when sailors from another ship boarded it, they froze in shock. The entire ship was empty. No captain, no crew, no passengers. Everything was in place. Food was on the table. Coffee cups were half full. Clothes neatly arranged in lockers, but not a single person was anywhere to be found. This was not a ghost story from imagination, it was a real mystery. The story of the Mary Celeste, forever remembered as the ghost ship. The beginning of the voyage. The Mary Celeste was an American merchant ship used to carry goods across oceans. On November 7, 1872, it set sail from New York Harbor, headed toward Genoa, Italy. Its captain was Benjamin Briggs, a respected and God-fearing man. Sailing with him were his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 experienced sailors. The ship carried 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, a valuable but highly dangerous cargo. The journey began smoothly. The weather was clear, the sea calm, and the crew in good spirits. No one could have guessed that this voyage would become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history. The disappearance for several weeks, everything went as planned. The ship's logbook shows the last entry dated November 25, 1872, which simply read, "Fair weather, all well." After that, the world never heard from Mary Celeste again. Then, on December 4, 1872, another British ship, De Gracia, was sailing across the same part of the Atlantic. From afar, the crew spotted a vessel drifting aimlessly. Its sails were damaged, but the ship was still afloat. As they approached, they read the name on its bow, Mary Celeste. They called out. No response. They climbed aboard and discovered a chilling scene. The ship was completely deserted.
Inside the ghost ship, everything appeared untouched. Meals were half-eaten. Cups of coffee were still warm. The captain's logbook lay open on the desk. Children's toys were found on the bed, but the lifeboat was missing. It seemed as though everyone had calmly left the ship, perhaps expecting to return in a few minutes, but never did. There were no signs of struggle, no blood, no damage, no storm strong enough to sink a ship of that size. It was as if the entire crew had simply vanished into thin air. The investigation Mary Celeste was later towed to Gibraltar for investigation. Authorities carefully examined every part of the ship. The hull was undamaged. The cargo, the barrels of alcohol, was intact. The crew's belongings, money, and documents were untouched. There was no clue of a fight, no trace of a mutiny, no indication of piracy. Everything pointed to one haunting conclusion, that everyone aboard had disappeared suddenly and silently, leaving behind a perfectly seaworthy vessel. Theories behind the mystery to this day. No one knows exactly what happened, but several theories have tried to explain it. 1. Pirate attacks. Some believe pirates had raided the ship, but nothing was stolen, and there were no marks of violence, so this theory was quickly dismissed. 2. Mutiny. Others thought the crew might have murdered the captain and escaped, but Captain Briggs was deeply respected, and again, no signs of a fight were found. 3. Alcohol explosion. Theorized. Most logical theory suggests that barrels of alcohol may have leaked, releasing dangerous fumes. Captain Briggs might have feared an explosion and ordered everyone to abandon the ship temporarily, but then, a sudden wind or storm could have separated the lifeboat from the Mary Celeste forever, leaving the crew lost at sea. 4. Seaquake or waterspout. Some scientists believe that an underwater earthquake or a waterspout, a tornado over the ocean, may have struck the ship, causing panic among the crew. 5. Supernatural theory. And then, of course, there were those who said it was something beyond science, that the ship was taken by ghosts, sea monsters, or even aliens. While such claims lack proof, they only made the legend of the ghost ship more chilling.
The cursed ship. After the investigation, the Mary Celeste was repaired and sent out to sea again. But from that day forward, every captain who commanded her met with tragedy. Some died mysteriously. Some lost their cargo in storms. Some ships never reached their destinations. Sailors began whispering that the Mary Celeste was cursed. Finally, in 1885, The ship's last owner deliberately wrecked her near Haiti in an attempt to claim insurance money. That was the end of the Mary Celeste sailing days, but not the end of her mystery. The mystery that never died. More than 150 years have passed, and yet no one knows what truly happened to Captain Briggs, his wife, daughter, and crew. No bodies were ever found. No lifeboat ever surfaced. The sea swallowed all evidence, leaving only questions behind. Even today, the Mary Celeste remains a ghostly symbol of the unknown power of the ocean. A ship that sailed alone, forever haunted by the silence of those who once lived aboard her. They say, on calm nights in the Atlantic, when the waves sleep and the wind stops, a faint outline of a ship still drifts in the distance, its deck empty, its sails torn, moving quietly through the mist. The Mary Celeste, the ghost ship of the Atlantic. Ending the story of the Mary Celeste reminds us that truth can sometimes be far more mysterious than any fiction. The ocean hides countless secrets, and this is one that will likely never be solved. Somewhere out there, beneath the endless sea, the ghost ship still sails alone. Thanks for watching video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.